All right, welcome race fans. Tonight, ECR takes race number 9 of the chase here to Phoenix for 157 laps. First, I got to ask a partner of mine here, John Cottle, going to be joining me in the booth tonight. John, what do you think of tonight's race?
I think Phoenix is going to be a nice, really nice race and see some 2, 3 wide, maybe 5 wide action.
Oh, absolutely. And the dog leg with the open dog leg, yeah, it's going to be great. I can't wait. I've seen some great races here this past week here, and I'll tell you what, they've done a great job, maintaining the track position out there, because that is going to be very important. And looking at a couple things here, I wanted to kind of go over. Give me a second. Looking at the points coming into tonight, we've got Matthew Thunhorst at the top, which is locked in, John. And he is unable to make it tonight due to technical difficulties. So maybe that'll be good for other ones. But he is locked into next week's final race at Homestead. Colin Fern, Mark Figueroa, and AJ Scarborough all up there. Now, we do kind of want to try to talk to somebody here. I think it was Michael Kinner. Let's see if we can find him. Yeah, we'll get to you in a minute there, Michael. I'm trying to drag all these guys in that I did want to kind of talk to. So, and okay. Anthony, we'll get with him in just a minute, and Mark Figueroa. We'll talk to him as well. So, all 3 guys in the booth with us here. Michael, let's start out with you. From what I understand, you're kind of tied there with AJ for 4th place, but I guess he had more wins or more higher positions than you did, and that kind of put him into it. The cutoff line right now, with you being right there with him, what is your plan here for tonight?
Well, hopefully we'll qualify, get out toward the front. I don't know if I'm going to. These guys are laying down some really fast times. But hopefully just keep it clean and try to be there at the end. We'll get some long green flag runs in like these guys do. I mean, these guys are really good. I think I got a good long run car, so I hope we get a couple of them long green flag runs in and, man, just be there at the end.
Well, do you have any extra special strategies coming into tonight?
Other than wrecking them all? No. No, not really. We'll see how the race plays out. You know, we get down to a small run toward the end, maybe a 2-tire, call or something like that we might have to do. But other than that, nothing really in the handbook, but maybe I don't want to say either,
Well, that's a good thing. I know there's probably some things that you don't want to share with us, but I was just wondering if there was some things that you could share with us. So, all right, well, good luck tonight, Michael, and maybe this will set the tone for next week going into the season finale at Homestead, because that'll be a great race to see.
Yes, it will. I mean, I can't believe I've made it this far. Really, luck has given me quite a bit here. So we'll make it through here. Yeah, next week is going to be a really killer race. It's going to be a lot of fun, man.
All right, well, good luck tonight, Mike.
All right, thanks, brother.
Anthony Thitchner, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Well, can you share with us any strategies that you got going on here tonight, or is it you're winging it? Or I know these guys are pretty fast out here, but is there anything that you can do to get up there to the front? Now you're trailing Michael Kinner by 3 points coming into tonight for that cutoff to go into next week for the season finale. Share with us anything you can.
Yeah, I came in here hoping that the setup would be good. We obviously, the 87 won it last when we were here at Phoenix. I just feel like with the new build, we weren't able to get a grip on the new build here. Gonna try to wing it tonight, man. I wish I had a better strategy. I wish I could, say that we're gonna be out front and contending, but we're just gonna try to finish tonight. I'm on edge. And it's gonna be a dangerous one. We've seen a lot of wrecking here in practice. Guys are uncomfortable with their cars all over. We didn't have any pit parties, so it's gonna be about survival tonight, man. More than anything, just trying to go out there and survive and be there at the end. It's a pretty big field, so again, just trying to wing it is the best strategy I think I could do instead of trying to force anything.
Very good. Are you looking forward to next week, the season finale?
Oh yes, definitely, man. This has been a really long season. It's been a really great season. I don't regret anything. I'm, really happy to be here. All the guys in the Haters Make Us Famous team made it into the chase, and we're down to me and AJ. With both an opportunity to make it to Homestead. I couldn't ask for anything more, man. It's been a great season, and just love being a part of it, man. This off season couldn't come any sooner, though.
Very good. All right. Well, good luck tonight, Anthony. We'll be keeping an eye on you and see if you can get up there and maybe at least lead a lap or the very last one, the most important one.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Catch up with you then. All right. We got Mark Figueroa in TeamSpeak. Mark, you there?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Well, you've got a pretty good advantage point right now, sitting there in third place in the points. Do you have any strategies that you can share with us?
Well, I just found out that I was third in the points in the chase standings. I thought I had some making up to do after last week's poor finish, but evidently finishing on the lead lap right there in the top 10 at Texas actually helped me out. So tonight I'm just going to try to survive, get me another top 10, top 5 finish. I do believe my set is good enough for the long run on these long green flag runs here at Phoenix to get me at least a good top 5 finish. I just need to come out of here clean, no incidents, and hopefully everything works out in the wash.
Very good. All right. Well, good luck tonight, and we'll see you after tonight. We'll see you next week for sure, because you're going to be bidding for that championship. The only one that's locked in right now, Matthew Thunhorst, and he could not make it tonight due to technical difficulties. So we're going to wish you good luck out there. Hopefully you can catch up.
Yeah, I'm just glad that Classic Motorsports has been able to be up front for most of the season, and hopefully we got something for these boys tonight. So.
All right. Well, good luck qualifying, brother.
I appreciate it.
All right, we're going to go ahead and play the national anthem real quick here, John. We'll be right back.
Guys. And now, for the most famous words in motorsports. Gentlemen, start your engine!
Okay, John, we're back. Times are coming in now, so looks like Colin Fern trying to lay down a good lap. So just to signify for you, those that are not familiar with the names here, the R in parentheses at the end of their names means they are rookies this season. But you look for a lot of them to go away next season. I mean the R on their name, not the names. The French national anthem. What? Well, this is America. But yeah, our thoughts and prayers are with France. Man, just total tragic going on over there, and man, I wish all the best to all of them people over there. Just really saddening what's going on. Are you there, John, or did you step away? Must have stepped away. Well, right now, Colin Fern hanging on to the pole position. Got quite a few qualifiers and quite a few guys that are not qualifying. They do have 10 minutes here to qualify, so we'll just stay right here with them.
That is a fast lap by Colin Fern.
Oh yeah, definitely. Even Brian Wilderson can't get up there. Man, that's amazing. Well, about 2.5 minutes away here, qualifying will be done, and we're going to be on to the race. 156 laps. Boy, going to be grueling here, John.
Yes, sir, it is, and it's going to be a wild one.
A lot of people fighting to stay in the chase going into next week at Homestead. That's going to be exciting, and it's going to be exciting to see which four are going to be the final four in the chase, because it's a very, very tight point battle. Colin Fern actually just 3 points behind Matthew Thunhorst, and Matthew unable to make it tonight. That's probably going to change that. Mark Figueroa 10 points back. AJ Scarborough 11 points. And actually Michael Kinner was tied with AJ, but AJ beat him by having more wins or more higher finishes, I guess, more top 5s, top 10s. Anthony Thitchner in 6th place, 3 points behind Michael. And Justin Bland 7 points behind. And Chris Serkois 7 points behind. So those two tied to stay in this. It's going to be a must-win situation for Justin Bland or Chris Serkois.
Yes, sir. I know one thing. When this race rolls off at the start, it's like you're going to be able to see the intensity of this right off the bat.
Oh, I'm sure everybody's going to want to try to get out there and at least lead one lap, you know?
Get everything you can while you can.
That's right. Well, about 30 seconds left. All right, folks, that's going to wrap up qualifying, and now we're going to move on to lining everybody up on the grid. We'll run down through the grid here one time. All right, here we go. Starting on the pole, Colin Fern with a 25.072. Congratulations to him for grabbing the pole. He needs this. Brian Wilderson in 2nd. John Schweikert 3rd. Mark Figueroa in 4th. Justin Bland 5th. Luis Salmaso 6th place. Wayne Willard in 7th. Anthony Thitchner back in 8th. AJ Scarborough in 9th. Douglas Hess in 10th. Matthew George 11th. Will Prue in 12th place. David Grossclose in 13th. Michael Kinner 14th. Andrew Ackerman 15th. Nathan Casillas in 16th. Matt Moritz in 17th. Chris Serkois in 18th. Nicole Johnson 19th. Ken Worley 21st. Stephen Massey 22nd. And, of course, John's in the booth with me. Sean Medling starting 25th. Chuck Harrell 26th. Donald James 27th. Johnny Smith 28th. Dalen Barr 29th. Todd McDuffie in 30th. Joshua Wallace 31st. And Josh Sheets 32nd. So, huge field here tonight. I know there's a few of them that actually are not in there. But we ran down through them anyhow. All right, folks. Well, thanks for watching. Tonight is race 9 of 10 for the race for the chase. And this next week will be the season finale at Homestead. So make sure you tune in for that. That's going to be exciting.
Yes, sir, it is. It's going to be the most exciting race of the season, I do believe. I'm getting goosebumps right now. Watch them roll off pit road.
Just kind of makes you wish you were out there with them, huh?
I don't know if I want to take part about what's about to happen. It's going to be wild.
Well, looks like Colin Fern has elected to start on the outside. I guess that is the driver's prerogative if they want to do that. So that'll put Brian Wilderson on the inside. Okay, Josh Sheets is not in there. He just informed me that he practiced but not racing. All right, here we go, folks. Pace car's in, and there's the green. Colin Fern gets a great jump. Everybody gets settled in here. Mark Figueroa jumping right into the second spot immediately, but to the inside, Brian Wilderson taking a look. Really kind of surprised he didn't use that dog leg. And John Schweikert in fourth already. The field starts getting spread out a little bit here. Justin Bland will be fifth. Anthony Thitchner sixth. And they are really getting spread out quick here, John.
Yeah, so they are. Ooh, I didn't expect to see that much of a gap between everybody. Woo!
Yeah, AJ Scarborough does go into the 8th place, though. As he passes up Wayne Willard. Wayne goes back to 9th. Matthew George out there, definitely one of the fast guys in practice, now back in 10th place. Everybody pretty much single file all the way back. I'm looking here at Chuck Harrell as, let's see, Nicole Johnson. Yeah, Nicole Johnson just passes up Ken Worley, goes in the 20th.
A little bit more tame than I thought it would be for the first few laps.
Well, you know, you got to be patient for that first half of the race, and then after that, you know, it's go time. But I'll tell you what, Colin Fern has got, he's got a 1.2 second lead over Brian Wilderson right now, and Schweikert did manage to get by Mark Figueroa, goes into third. So he is on the move. Quite a bit of distance between him and the leader right now, 1.6 seconds. But I did notice Brian Wilderson did close that gap down by about a tenth or two. He's down to, well, now he just lost it a little bit. Looks like maybe turn 1 and 2 he can gain, but 3 and 4 he loses a little bit.
Oh, we got to spin on the back stretch. I mean, turn 4.
Oh, first caution of the race. Let's go see. The number 97 of Stephen Massey. Spinning it around. Looks like a self-spin here to me. Watching here in replay. Let's see what happens. It's through the dog leg now. Cuts it down. Goes into turn 3, comes back up onto the track, and may have just cut it down there just a little too quick. Didn't have a good entrance into turn 3, I believe. The back end of the car starts kicking around on him. Can't stop it, but I think the good news is if he did get into the wall, it wasn't very hard. Nope, looks like he kept it off of the wall. So good driving by Stephen Massey, but that's going to put him back toward the back of the field now. Now, I know Colin didn't want to see that, but he is going to bring them all to pit road, it looks like. Nope, he tricks them and stays out. And Brian Wilderson stays out with him. Now, John Schweikert, he didn't take for that. He's going to come down and gets 4 fresh fuel goods on that car and a full tank of fuel. Everybody back here coming in. We only had about 6 guys that stayed out.
Early in the race, 8 laps on my tires. I like the tires or everything strategy.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm with you. All right, so Colin Fern Brian Wilderson, Justin Bland, Luis Salmaso, Michael Kinner, and Andrew Ackerman stay out. Now, Will Prue, he must only did 2 tires. He will come off pit road first and be back in 7th place with a 2-tire change. He gets out.
That call. See how it does it early in the race, and if it works, you know it works later in the race.
There you go. That's a good way to test it. John Schweiker will be the second one off of pit road. Douglas Hess picks up a couple of positions. Also did a 2-tire change. And Mark Figueroa will be 9th, and AJ Scarborough in 10th. Well, we're waiting for the lights to go off here next week at Homestead. Do you know how many laps they're turning, John?
I sure don't, and I don't want to give a rough estimate because I'm probably wrong.
I'm just curious if you knew. Not a big deal. But that'll be an exciting race at Homestead, folks. You got to definitely tune in for that next week. The season finale here at ECR, and then they're off until, what, February? You guys will be back? February, I believe.
Yes, sir, February.
Yeah. And running a full schedule next season. Ran, what?
Really exciting.
36 races this season?
Yes, sir.
That makes for a long season, but boy, all pays off in the end. Well, Collins decided to start on the outside again. And remember, we've got about 6 guys out front here that did not pit. So, 5 guys, excuse me, that did not pit. They're out there on about 8-lap older tires than the rest of the field. They've all stopped and got fresh rubber. Pace car, they waved off the caution there. Or waved off the green flag, excuse me. Something was not right.
Well, that was definitely unusual.
Yeah, they were just about ready to go green. The pace car had entered pit road and come right back off the pit road. We get one more lap here to finish getting everybody lined up. I know they got to tighten that field up a lot because they're about to go green here. Okay, here we go. Pace car's in. And Colin Fern on the loud pedal. Jumps that start good. Man, he got a great start on that. Brian Wilderson in second. Luis Salmaso, 3rd place. Great job by Luis tonight. And guys diving clear down to the bottom. I see John Schweikert down there. He's going to pick up quite a few positions.
Oh, car in the wall. Turn 3.
I heard something crunch there a little bit, and we do have another caution. Oh, somebody blew their motor too. Well, we'll go back and check this out here just a second. Let's see if we can pick up where, now I'm seeing Chris Sercoy's involved in this, but I don't believe that's where the wreck happened. It was up ahead of him. We'll see if we can't pick it up here in just a minute. Oh, right there, I see it. Get up there to it. The number 91, Wayne Willard, getting into that outside wall. It looks like it was going to be a close call right there for him and the number 17 or the 87. I think that, yeah, he was, boy, good save. Might even have been a little net coating involved in that too. He goes to the outside wall, comes back down the hill, and I think somebody gets collected into this. Yes, right there. The number 6 of David Grossclose gets collected into that. Ken Worley involved in it as well. He just gets a little piece of it. And Chris Serkois bounces off the side of Wayne Willard. And he spins it around. So we got a lot of cars with some serious damage on them here, John.
Yes, sir. And if I'm not mistaken, Chris was one of the ones in the chase, isn't he?
Yeah, he is actually last in the points of the the guys that are still left in bidding for the championship. Yeah, he is at the very bottom, 8th place in the points, so he's below that cutoff, and that's not going to be a good night for him if he can't get that thing back out on the track and try to pick up a bunch of positions here, and possibly the win. He needs the win here tonight. Him and Justin Bland in a must-win situation tonight. So Colin Fern's still out front, been out there for the last 15 laps. Brian Wilderson second, Luis Salmaso third, Justin Bland fourth, John Schweikert fifth, Michael Kinner sixth, Will Prue in seventh, Mark Figueroa eighth, AJ Scarborough ninth, and Anthony Thitchner into the top 10. Seems like
to get wild out here.
Yeah, it seems like Colin's the guy to beat here tonight, don't it?
Yeah, he's definitely got a really fast car. I want to see how it holds up in the long run. Maybe somebody has something for him on the long run, but that car is really strong.
Well, we're about to go green here, folks, so get ready. More excitement to come. Hopefully not too many more cautions for these guys. We don't like to see them have cautions. We like to see iRacing, not iPacing.
That's what it felt like this weekend official.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Pace car heads for pit road. Colin Fern ready to hit that loud pedal, and he does. As soon as that car got straight, man, he was right on the throttle. Justin Bland slips by on the outside and goes into second place, beating Brian Wilderson. Well, that was a heck of a start by Justin Bland. He said in chat he was going for the win tonight.
Yes, sir. I know he is. I put his setup together for him.
Schweikert to the inside of Luis Salmaso. Luis fights back on the outside, but Schweikert is going to finally take that position away. I don't know. They're still side by side. That's a heck of a battle. Schweikert drops it clear to the bottom in the dog leg. He comes back up on, and he's still side by side. Boy, they're really fighting right here. Finally, he clears them. Thitchner up to the 7th place. Brings Michael Kinner right along with them and AJ Scarborough. Oh, Michael Kinner way up the hill is going to lose a bunch of positions. Wow, he lost like 3 positions right there in one turn, and they're still passing him. Number 88 of Chuck Harrell gets around him. Well, they're racing pretty hard out here right now. Brian Wilderson does get back around. Justin Bland goes into second place. Sometimes these guys, they drive them into these turns a little bit too hard, and when you wash up the hill, they drive right underneath you. So Justin back to third. Let's go back in the field here way. Sean Medling was a lap down earlier. He's got that lap back. Caught back up to the field here, 18th place. And he's about to get passed by Ken Worley. Ken on the inside. I heard some sheet metal banging there. Not sure what happened. Chris Surcoy is way back in the back part of the field. That's his style, though. He'll ride back there for a while. And we've still got, looks like Wayne Willard may have taken his car behind the wall. And we've got a couple sitting on pit road trying to get damage fixed. Matt Moritz and David Grossclose. Andrew Ackerman is a lap down, and we have another caution, folks. Sean Medling going around. And he does get into the inside wall pretty heavy. So let's ride along here and find out what happened exactly. It looks like a self-spin to me. Coming out of turn 3, and the car just kicks around on him. And he's going to go into the inside wall, and he hits a pretty good lick right there, John.
That was a hard hit.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, when it hit, and he just about hit almost square too, you know, and that, boy, that's where you got to be careful. You got to watch that engine temperature now. Well, looks like Colin Fern, I don't know if he's going to fake him out this time or if he's going to really come to pit road. Yeah, he's going to really come to pit road this time, but we had one stay out. Justin Bland stays out, and he will lead that lap.
Every point matters.
That's exactly right. When you're coming down to the end of the season like this, you betcha. All right, so everybody here on pit road now. Colin Fern coming to his pit stall. This is going to be a drag race off of pit road between him and Brian Wilderson and John Schweikert. Let's see who can beat who off of pit road. They actually all went up. Schweikert out with a 2-tire change. And Wilderson beats Colin Fern off of pit road. Man, so Colin going to go back after leading the first 23 laps of the race. But Justin Bland is our leader.
It looks like he's going to come in now that he's let a lap.
Ah, okay. Well, that's going to put Luis Salmaso as the leader, and he will get scored as leading that lap. Everybody wants that valuable point, I can tell you that. Mark Figueroa will be second, Anthony Thitchner third, John Schweikert fourth with that 2-tire change, Brian Wilderson fifth, Colin Fern sixth, AJ Scarborough in seventh, Will Prude eighth, Chuck Harrell ninth, and rounding out the top 10 will be Matthew George.
Excuse me, we're not at Phoenix International Raceway. We're at Jeff Gordon Raceway.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, Jeff Gordon Raceway. I forgot about that.
Me too.
We should have made up a special race insignia for that, huh? Jeff Gordon Raceway. Well, 27 laps into this. The lights are off on the pace car. Looking at the race summary, this was caution number 3, and we've had 2 lead changes up front. All right, well, here we go, John. fire them off here one more time.
Hopefully they can settle in a good green flag run, going to see what everybody's got.
All right, pace car's in. And we have a green. Anthony Thitchner sticks right on the bumper of Luis Almaso. Getting by Mark Figueroa. Now John Schweiker to the inside of Mark Figueroa for third place. Brian Wilson following along. Colin Fern already back up to the 6th place after stopping and making a pit stop. He needed it. He'd been out there. He led the first 23 laps of the race. Now trying to get back up in that clean air, if at all possible. Now he goes to the inside of Mark Figueroa. Looks like he is going to complete the pass on him. Schweiker to the outside of Anthony Thitchner. And he's going to make that pass look easy. Right here's riding on board with Anthony Thitchner. He's got to keep it down because Schweikert's right there on his outside. And there goes Schweikert. Brian Wilson watching this from his perspective. They're just kind of blocking the whole racetrack, and he can't get by. The only way he could get by is if he took it 3 wide, and this track is not 3 wide friendly. No way, John.
That is the most difficult thing because you want to go through that dog leg, but sometimes you bring it up 3 wide out of that dog leg.
Yeah, I have seen that. Yeah, you're right. Well, I'll tell you what, Anthony Thitchner is really giving Schweikert a tough time on that outside, isn't he?
Yes, sir, he is. One thing I'm surprised we haven't seen yet is somebody use the below the yellow line in 3 and 4 because I tried it out and it actually does work here with its weather settings.
The what?
You know how Kevin Harvick goes below that yellow line right there in 3 and 4?
Oh.
It does work.
Oh, really?
Yes, sir.
Interesting. Well, Colin Fern now to the outside of Anthony Thitchner. He does get him at the line, but Thitchner fighting back. Man, these guys are getting awful racy here. Schweiker goes into 2nd place as he gets around Anthony Thitchner, and so does Colin Fern. And now Schweiker looking to the inside of Luis Almaso. Hasn't got him yet. Boy, Colin Fern slipping in there, though. Definitely one of the fastest guys out here today. Colin Fern has marched himself right back up into contention here in 3rd place. And now he's fighting with John Schweikert. Not literally.
I'm over here sweating.
Yeah, not literally like fist-to-cuff fighting, but they're battling on the track. Let me put it that way. Brian Wilson gets by Colin Fern. I don't know. Colin must have slipped or something there. Back in the pack here, Will Prue now just behind Mark Figueroa. Chuck Harrell right there with him. Matthew George. All them guys battling. That is for, looks like 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th. Or 10th. 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. Yeah. Steve Massey back into the mix of things here in 11th. Justin Bland back in 12th. Looking to try to get a win here tonight. Kind of like in a must-win situation. Michael Kinner 13th. At least a win would lock him into next week's race, correct?
Yes, sir.
Brian Wilson for the lead. I missed that pass. Sorry about that. I'm trying to give everybody a little bit of camera time here. Brian leads for the first time today. Schweikert second, but Colin Fern looking to the inside of John Schweikert. Not sure if he's going to be able to hold that position or not, but boy, he's doing a fabulous job of fighting for that position with John. And every time it looks like he almost has him, John comes back on the outside. He gets that great runoff of the turns, and it looks like Colin Fern does complete the pass on John Schweikert. So Colin back in second. Now he sets his sights on our leader, Brian Wilderson. Anthony Thitchner now in fourth. AJ Scarborough gets around. Luis Salmaso goes into fifth. Mark Figueroa now coming up on the back of Luis Salmaso, and that would be for the 6th place. But he's got company. Will Prue putting the pressure on him. Brian Wilderson with a lot of pressure right now from Colin Fern. He's in clean air, but boy, I'll tell you, Colin Fern wants that lead back because he was running really good out there, John, for the longest time.
Yes, sir, he was, and messed up that pit stop. I just can't even describe how fast that car is.
Yeah, it's pretty amazingly fast, but now he's back in dirty air, and we both know that how much that affects these cars.
So it really has a negative effect on you.
Schweikert now 3/4 of a second behind those two battling back here. Anthony Thitchner trying to reel him in. Again, let's go back in the back part of the field. If you happen to see something up there that changes, let me know. Douglas Hess back here in 18th. Chris Surquois, another one in a must-win situation tonight. He must win here to stay in the chase. He's 8th in the points in the chase. And he's back in the back. But this is his style, riding the back for a while. But he's well off the pace, 13 seconds. Nicole Johnson. This is a good battle up here right now that Nicole and Nathan in a great battle, battling with Dalen Barr. Looks like Dalen is going to make that pass on the outside. Puts Nicole back to 15th. Colin Fern, boy, he is just all over Brian Wilderson right now. He's waiting for Brian to make a mistake, and he will try to get by him.
He's putting the pressure on him.
And there he is, drops to the bottom. Let's see if he can hold it down there. This is for the lead, and boy, he drives it into 3 pretty hard. Brian fighting back. And it looks like Brian Wilderson will lead that lap, though. I don't think Colin Fern's done with him yet. Drops it down to the dog leg once again. I really, to be honest with you, I really don't think that helps a whole lot. You
have to have your rear bumper at his nose for it to really pay off. If you don't, you actually lose a lot more speed coming off of it than you would actually running through the turn there.
Right, and there's kind of a safe place to bring that back up on the track too, because I've seen cars bring it up in the wrong place, and it upsets that car so much that they're out of control. So. And they're catching up to, let's see, who is that they are catching up to? I missed who that was. Andrew Ackerman? Yeah. And they will put Andrew another lap down, so he will be 2 laps down now. And he's got...
You got a caution?
Yes, sir. Oh, Nicole Johnson going around. Let's go see what happened to Nicole here. Douglas Hess coming up on Nicole's tail. Oh, he gets into the back of Nicole. That's what it was. And then bumps her again. So she's going to have some rear damage, but she did keep it off the wall. That's a good thing. Hopefully, oh boy, I don't know. It must have broke something in the back of that car. She is really dog tracking right now. Oh my. She's just trying to get caught up to the field. Oh, that's too bad. Must have broke something in the rear of that car.
Woo.
See how much she's dog tracking?
I don't know how she's going to run turns into pace laps.
I mean, she's got the wheel cut clear to the left here. She's just trying to catch up to the field. I mean, she's got the wheel cut to the left almost all the way just to go straight, you know. And I think she missed the pit road entrance there. She was going to come to pit road or something. I don't know. But she's really dog tracking bad. I mean, she's actually staying out here to lead a lap.
Maybe it's just a visual thing for us. Hopefully it is.
Hopefully. I mean, gosh, I didn't think it was just a tap in the rear of that car. Can't believe that it did that much damage, that it actually tore the rear end out of that car. Hopefully she can get that fixed and get back out there, though. Dang, that's too bad. She's finally coming to pit road here and get that looked at. Brian Wilderson will take over the lead now. Anthony Thitchner second, Colin Fern third, John Schweikert fourth. Well, we haven't talked to a driver. I know it's kind of hard to talk to him here sometimes, but let me see if I can get a word in with Colin Fern. If I can find him in TeamSpeak here. There he is. Colin Fern, you got a copy?
Yes, sir. How's it going, Rudy?
Good. Well, you've definitely proven that you've got the fastest car out there tonight. Is it different in dirty air now that you're back in the pack a little bit?
Well, it's not so much it's different in dirty air. It's so hard to pass around Phoenix where track position is so key. To where if you're the leader and you just hit 3 and 4 just right, you're not going to be able to get past. Obviously, unless someone has 4 tires compared to 2 or something like that. 31 team, YGR, everybody out here, they've had such a fast car all week long. And Brian and John and Anthony, all these guys are such good competitors. And it's a lot of fun to be racing with these guys. Not really acting much different in the dirty air, no.
Are you looking forward to next week at Homestead, the season finale? You've got a pretty good point advantage.
Yeah, really, I'm just going into tonight doing my best to make it to the final race and doing my best to stay out of trouble, just keep my nose clean and head to Homestead next week where hopefully my teammate Matthew Thunhorst and I can get ourselves a 1-2 YGR championship finish.
All right, well, good luck tonight, brother, and we'll talk to you later on.
Sounds good. Thank you, Rudy.
Okay, Brian Wilderson elects to start on the outside. Anthony Thitchner on the inside. So let's see how this restart goes. We'll be restarting on lap 54, folks. So we just got just a little over 100 to go. Pace car's in. And on the loud pedal, Brian Wilderson. Good shot for him. Anthony Thitchner now trying to hang on to second here as Schweikert got a great start and got around Colin Fern. He knows what he's got to do to try to beat Colin. He knows Colin's really fast out there, John, so, he's got to get these great restarts. AJ,
Everything's key.
AJ into 5th, Luis Salmaso 6th place. And this is some good hard battling back here. Stephen Massey watching all this out his windshield.
They got me hold my breath over here.
Well, don't hold your breath. Justin Bland now gets around and goes into 7th place. Drove around Stephen Massey easily.
Ooh, wreck on the back front stretch.
Uh-oh. Look like maybe Will Prue. Yes, Will Prue goes around. Let's see what happened to Will here. Oh, he gets a little bump there and a little net coating involved in it too. But he gets into the outside wall pretty hard. And he's going to have a lot of damage on that car to get fixed up now. Them boys on pit road are going to be busy.
Ooh, what a close one from Michael Kenner.
Yeah, there was a couple of them that were pretty close, slipped by that. Well, it was just a good thing that Colin wasn't involved in that, because my luck with Jinx and these people, when I talk to them, it's usually not a good thing. So he stays out there and he's doing all right. So good job. One I'd like to maybe talk to next, AJ Scarborough. No, he's not one to. He doesn't really like to talk on the radio very much. How about Dalen Barr? Maybe we can get a word. He's coming down pit road. We'll wait till he comes off pit road and maybe we can get a word in with Dalen.
Sounds good.
Well, 4 tire change for Dalen. He's away. And it looks like he's going to pick up a few positions on pit road. He's going to come off pit road in 9th place. Very good. Well, let's see if we can get a word in with Dalen. Dalen Barr, you got a copy?
10-4, Rudy. What's up?
Well, how's your race going tonight?
I tell you what, this car is a rocket ship. The setup these YGR boys put together for tonight at Phoenix. You know, I'm kind of glad it got moved from a day race to a night race because of the rain. Because this setup is it is gold.
Very good, very good. That's what we like to hear. Well, it looks like you're going to be restarting in 8th. You got anything for them boys up front?
Oh yeah, I think so. Just biding my time, trying to keep the car clean. Got in a little scuffle there with Will there. I think he came down on me. He got the EOL. But I tell you what, this car is a rocket ship, and I'd love to bring home a top 5 tonight.
Well, that would be really awesome, Dalen. Well, good luck out there, brother, and we'll talk to you after a while.
Thanks, Rudy. Have a good one.
I know they're short interviews because these guys, it's a short track. When they go around here, you don't really have a whole lot of time to talk to them, especially after I go back and review the wrecks and stuff like that. But I know they got one more to go. I could have talked to them a little more, but.
Ooh, I can imagine Bristol.
Oh man, it's hard. I just don't even bother because forget it. I don't get any interviews in there under cautions. What I usually do is I try to get somebody maybe that's wrecked or something and they're sitting on pit road getting damage fixed up. I'll drag them down to the booth with me and talk to them.
I feel like I could cut the intensity in this race with a knife right now.
Oh yeah. Well, we got a lot of guys out here that are in must-win situations. I mean, Anthony Thitchner, AJ. Well, yeah, AJ. He's pretty much got to win too. Well, all of them are actually a must-win situation to even be in the chase next week. The only one that's locked in is Matthew Thunhorst, and he couldn't make it tonight. All right, let's see what they got here. Thitchner has yet to lead a lap today. Pace car's in. Brian Whittleson hits the throttle. And look at the start Colin Fern got. He's up beside Anthony Thitchner already. And he is going to take that position away from Anthony. Luis Salmaso back here under fire by Justin Bland. Justin said he was going out here tonight looking for a win. And boy, I'll tell you, he's been very, very strong. Dalen Barr saying he may have something to get up there and challenge with these guys. So these guys are saying, bring it. Come on, bring it. Chuck Harrell getting passed up by Mark Figueroa, and I seen a little bit of smoke there. Figueroa working his way back up to the front. We got somebody, Dalen Barr there. Okay, yeah, Dalen Barr taking a look on the inside of Justin Bland right now. Not able to complete the pass. Colin Fern hanging on to Brian Woodleson. This has been the latter part of this race, John, has just been those two up front battling each other. So both of them have got a really, really great setup.
Woodleson just got loose at dog leg, and Colin Fern almost got him.
Yeah, but he fought back and kept that position. Titchener riding right here, drives it up kind of high in the turn, drops it down to the dog leg and tries to pick back up that spot, that the ground that he lost, I should say, not the spot, but the ground that he lost coming off of turn 2. And if he's not careful, he's got John Schweiker riding right there. John's ready to pounce. I'm trying to look back here. Justin Bland now riding right behind Luis Salmaso. Thinking maybe he might have something for Luis here if he can get up there to his bumper.
Colin Fern's on Brian's bumper.
Yeah, he is right there. He just can't get that Wheaties machine by him. Like he said, it's so hard to pass here at Phoenix. And if Brian keeps protecting that position by keeping it right low and not letting Colin get down there below him, that's the thing he's going to have to do the whole race. And we have a caution. Oh, the number 3, Douglas Hess going around. And I just heard the engine let go on Douglas's car. It looked like a self-spin off of turn 4, I believe. Let's go back here and take a look. He was riding right behind Stephen Massey, and I guess just a poor exit to turn 4, gets into the outside wall. It immediately kicks him to the inside wall, and the engine let go on him. So he's going to be sitting on pit road for about 30 minutes getting that fixed up. Ow. Man, that was a hard hit. Well, let's see if Woodleson brings him to pit road.
Oh, we're going to have another fake out? We're
Yeah,
gonna have another fake out.
there you go. And some guy's committed to it. Luis Salmaso stays out, and Dalen Barr stays out. So there'll be 4 of them staying out. But in the meantime, Anthony Titchener brings them all to pit road. Him, John Schweikert, AJ, Justin Bland, everybody wanting fresh tires on that. Just long enough run. I talked to Anthony before the race, and he said he just could not get past 13 laps without the tires going away enough that he'd just get into the wall. So fresh tires are a high commodity here, I'm telling you.
It does get a little bit tight. Personally, it got tight. I don't know what these guys are facing, but for me, it got tight after about 15 laps.
It's a good pit stop for Anthony. He comes off in 5th place. He'll be the first one off pit road. Let me see if I can get a word in here with John Schweikert. John Schweikert, you got a copy?
Yeah, what's going on, Rudy?
Hey, brother, how you doing?
I'm having a ball. How about you?
Well, I'm doing okay. How's your car out there on the track tonight?
Terrible. I guess the set's pretty good. I'm just not very good here. I love the old format, but this new one, I think I just overdrive entries, step on the gas too fast, push to the wall, all that good fun stuff.
Well, I was going to say this isn't the usual John Schweikert that I see out here tonight. The guys up front there, Brian Wilderson, Colin Fern, seem to be hooked up really well. Colin definitely has one of the fastest cars out there tonight. Are you saving anything back for him, John, or you just really got the hammer down trying to get up there?
Hell no, I'm trying to manhandle this beast as much as I can. But, I mean, Colin's hooked up. He's really, really fast, and me and Brian are on something almost identical. And I have a feeling that if Brian's out front of Colin, he can hold him off. But if Colin gets out front, he's gone. So, plus I got a $1 million bet riding with Nick Olson to beat a YGR car. And right now, Colin's the YGR car in front of me, so I better get up there.
Okay, brother. Well, good luck.
All right, Rudy. I hope you guys have fun, and hope viewers are enjoying the show. It seems like a lot of side-by-side racing, and we're having a blast out here.
Okay, good luck.
All right, see you, man.
All right, back up front here. Brian Wilderson going to be restarting on the outside again. Likes that outside. I think the cars, they do get hooked up really well, and they get a great run off the turns on that outside. And being he's the leader, he can start when he wants. Let's see how this works for him here. Colin Fern wants to try to beat him into turn one, maybe at least stay side by side with him to come out of turn two ahead of him.
So hard to do without the restart box, though.
Oh, yeah, definitely. All right, pace car's in. And Wilderson with a great start. Colin Fern blinking a little bit there. He is going to manage to stay in second. And Luis Salmaso third on the inside of Dalen Barr. Now Anthony Fitchner looking to the inside of Dalen. Well, they're still side by side. I thought he got a great run there, but... Oh, Colin Fern off the pace. What's going on with Colin Fern? He's heading for pit road. Oh, no. Oh, no. What happened to Colin?
I think he jumped the start. I think they gave him I think he got a black flag for start. I'm not sure on that.
Oh, no. Well, Wilderson's going to be out there uncontested right now, but Dalen Barr will go into second. And I'm telling you what, this is one heck of a battle right here. Second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. John Schweikert to the outside. He's going to take over third. Anthony Fitchner right on his tail. Now Justin Bland takes over fifth position as Luis Almaso and Matthew George battle it out.
I just got confirmation that Colin Fern did get a black flag for the restart.
Oh, man. Well, he's going to pray for a caution now to get back up with these guys. He's not that far ahead of them. Wow, there was a stop-and-go penalty?
No, it was a drive-through penalty.
Oh, drive-through pit road penalty. Okay, well, that's not quite as bad. If you had to stop and go, that's terrible, man. That's a killer. That's a couple extra, well, probably about 3 or 4 extra seconds that you'd be on pit road because you got to slow down and then speed back up. Dalen Barr still battling with John Schweikert back here. This is the battle. Schweikert taking over that position. But boy, Dalen Barr is not giving up. He said he had a good setup and he was trying to get up there to the front. Now he is there. Anthony Fitchner. What?
Overdrove that corner a little bit. It cost him a little bit.
Oh yeah, he did. Now Justin Bland took a look on the inside, unable to get by him at the moment. We have another caution. This is just the caution that Colin Fern needed right there. Michael Kinner involved in that. Stephen Massey will get caught up to it here in just a second, and we'll watch and see what happens here with these two racing together side by side. Mark Figueroa on the back of Michael Kinner. Mike's going into the turn. He went into turn one about sideways, and no place for Stephen Massey to go. He gets into the back of Michael Kinner. That does bring out the caution. So just the break right there that that Colin Fern needed. Now Brian Wodelson going to bring him to pit road, but Anthony Thitchner is going to stay out, and he will be scored as leading that lap, so that's a valuable point for him, John.
That is a very valuable point that anybody can get hit at this point, I do believe.
I'm telling you, these guys they're mapping it out. They're figuring out every angle that they can actually gain a point here and there, and they're doing it. They're doing it. Colin Fern finally makes it into his pit stall. He's going to be back in the field, but I wouldn't count him out yet by any means. I think he's going to work his way back to the front. I don't think we've seen the last of him. He'll be up there.
Yes, sir, I do believe so. We're only halfway. He's got plenty of time to get there.
Well, Brian Wilderson comes off pit road first. He'll beat John Schweikert out. Justin Bland will be fourth. Dalen Barr fifth. Luis Salmaso sixth. Mark Figueroa seventh. Matthew George eighth. Stephen Massey ninth. And Chuck Harrell rounding out the top 10. Well, I'll tell you what, it's been some exciting racing. We are a little past halfway, and this has been exciting.
I gotta take a breath. Woo!
Well, take a breath.
I don't know if there is one to take. This is just... I knew it was gonna be exciting, but woof! They're just... Dude, that dog leg is... makes me about want to cry.
Well, Will Prue has taken his car behind pit road. We've got a couple still sitting on pit road. Douglas Hess and Andrew Ackerman. Nicole Johnson back out on the track, but she has showed 5 laps down right at the moment. Looks like she's got most of that damage fixed up, though, and she don't look too bad. At least she's not dog tracking around the track anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, lights are... Go ahead.
I can't believe that hit did that much to her.
I know. I didn't think so either, but boy, something it hit in the back end. It busted that rear end up. All right, well, Anthony Thitchner, Brian Wilderson on the front row, and Anthony is going to start on the low side. Now, we know Brian's been really good on that high side, but he's not going to be in command of this start. So let's see how this goes with Anthony Thitchner taking the green. All right, pace car heads for pit road. Here we go. Green, green, green. Boy, great start by John Schweikert. He knew he had to get that jump on Brian Wilderson, but Brian's got a really good car. Drives right back around the outside of John Schweikert and stays in second. And look at Justin Bland coming up through here. That boy's on a mission, isn't he, John?
Yes, sir. He's got everything, his whole season riding on this race, and it all comes down to this.
Holy smokes. Well, look at this. Brian Wilderson on the outside of him. Oh, and the caution comes out. I'm not sure who's going to be the leader on that. Oh, it looks like the number 88, Chuck Harrell, going around. And Nicole Johnson hits him. No. And I heard somebody's engine let go there, too, and I'm not sure whose it was. Well, Chuck Harrell, I'm on him right now, and he goes into the turn. And catches that yellow line coming out of the turn, and that just upset that car right there. Now I'm going to watch and see as, yeah, right there, no place for Nicole to go. And one of them blew the engine. I don't know which one. I'm thinking it might have been Nicole.
It was Nicole. In fact.
Oh, man. Unfortunate for Nicole.
She's just had a rough night.
Oh, yeah. It's been terrible for her. Man, I feel bad. So she'll be on pit road for a while. Douglas Hess on pit road. Chuck Harrell now looking like he's going to be on pit road for a while, getting that car looked at. Andrew Ackerman back on pit road. Michael Kinner. They're off of pit road. Well, who do you want to talk to now, John?
Oh, that's a hard choice. Who haven't we talked to?
Well, there's quite a few out there we haven't talked to. How about we talk to how about we talk to Chris Serkois?
Sure.
You know, he's down there in the points and stuff. Chris Serkois, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Rudy.
Well, you're in 13th place, brother. You're inching your way toward the front. Man, you're kind of in a must-win situation here tonight, Chris. What do you got to do to get up there?
Yeah, it's definitely a must-win. That's really the only way to move on. So, you know, we'll see what we can do, but that's not how my season's gone. So I'm not really thinking about that. So just going to keep playing it safe and taking the pit stops and hopefully finish in front of these guys. That's the way to transfer is to be in front of these people in front of me. So,
well, you know, it's been a consistent season for you. You got to say that because you know you're still hanging in there 8th in the points coming into tonight. So you've had a pretty consistent season. You really can't knock that. It's just that you haven't had the wins, you know, and you need to win tonight. So we're going to wish you good luck out there, brother. You got a little bit of damage on your car, but obviously not affecting the handling of it too much, is it?
what was that again? I missed that part about the handling.
You got a little bit of damage on your car, but it doesn't seem to be affecting the handling, does it?
No, it's not affecting it too much. Just, you know, they just kind of had to bang out a little bit on that quarter panel, but no, it's good to go.
All right, brother. Well, good luck out there. You're about to go green. Okay, back up front. Brian Wilderson, Anthony Thitchner. Anthony, actually, I think is our leader, isn't he? No, or Brian. I lost track. I lost track. I think Anthony is, but I'm not sure. No, Brian is, I guess. Well, we're going to find out. Brian Wilderson on the loud pedal, and he gets a great jump right there, and John Schweiker coming right along with him. They do pass up Anthony. Justin Bland still in 4th. And look at Dalen Barr coming along here, 6th place, man. He is really doing some power moves. Stephen Massey rolling into 7th as he gets around Mark Figueroa. And we got a spinner. John Schweikert almost spinning out right there, and that cost him a lot on the track. Really loose coming off of turn 4, but great save. Oof. He goes back to 5th place. Now Dalen Barr trying to drive by on the outside. And it looks like he's going to do it because Schweikert's got them tires really mad at him right now. And he's got to back off coming out of turn 4. Now he's trying to stay ahead of Stephen Massey. And look at Colin Fern coming alive here. 8th place, working his way back to the front ever so slightly. And there he goes. He's going around Stephen Massey, so he'll go into 7th now. Figueroa 9th. And he's under fire by A.J. Scarborough. A.J. racing him really hard right now. And it looks like Mark Figueroa is going to maintain that 9th place. But A.J. top 10. Michael Kinner, let's follow along here. Michael Kinner back in 14th place. He needs to get back toward the front. He is actually tied for 4th place, but he needs a win here today. All these guys need a win. Anthony Thitchner, Justin Bland, just to stay alive and stay in the chase. But I'll tell you what, Brian Wilson's out here clean air, and he's pulled away from Anthony Thitchner by almost a second. And it's one heck of a race back here. Dalen Barr and John Schweikert and Colin Fern catches up to them guys.
Anthony's loose on the front stretch. He's got it. He got it. Woo. It was more of a wobble.
Colin Fern almost, he took a peek on the inside of John Schweikert, but John come down and closed that door on him. I'm just trying to watch Colin here because we know he was one of the fastest guys in practice, and he was fast out here earlier. Led the first 23 laps of the race, and had to serve a penalty on pit road. He's just had poor luck, the latter part of this race. But he's working his way hard to get back to the front. In the meantime, Brian Wilson leading 54 laps now. Looks like nobody's got anything out here right now for him. Definitely showing some muscle out front.
Most definitely. He's really strong. Just got to wait and see
well,
we can get to him.
Clean air, I'm a firm believer with these Gen 6s. Clean air is... It's just like, man, it's just like makes the car drive the difference between day and night,
Yeah, I believe in that too. I mean, I don't care what track you go to. If you're clean air, you're gonna be a little bit faster.
Oh yeah, he's got nobody, taking air off the back of him. He's got nobody that he's following that that is disrupting the air ahead of him. So yeah, it's got to run better. It's just staying focused now and hitting your marks perfect every time, and it's going to pay off. All right, Luis Salmaso still hanging on to 4th. Good run for Luis today. Dalen Barr 5th, Colin Fern 6th, and it's a long ways back to John Schweikert. He's back about a half a second behind these guys. Wants to get up there, and he's working his way. He's reeling them in inch by inch here. Take a look at the race summary here real quick. We've had 8 cautions, folks, for 32 laps, and 6 lead changes up front. Colin Fern just really putting the hammer down, trying to do whatever he can. Now he's got to work to see if he can get around Luis Salmaso.
Now he's under fire from Dalen Barr again.
Yeah. And now here he goes, drops it to the bottom across that dog leg. And he just makes that look easy, didn't he?
Yes, sir. That was a very good pass.
Well, he knows he's got 56 laps here to do it in, but he's got to get back up to the front. And I know we're going to have one more pit stop, but everybody chasing Brian Wilson out here, and he's got a 2-second lead over Anthony Thitchner. Cars are pretty stretched out now. Nathan Casillas. Casillas? Yeah, Casillas. Back here, 13th place. We haven't even talked about Nathan today. He's just been quiet, not really getting involved in a whole lot, keeping his car relatively clean. He does have a little bit of damage on the front of it, but gosh, I don't think there's a car out here that doesn't have a little bit.
very rarely do you see a clean race car at Phoenix.
Yeah, Phoenix. I've seen cleaner cars at Bristol. Michael Kinner, I'm just kidding. Back here 14th, Chris Surquois 15th place. Andrew Ackerman back on the lead lap with a lot of damage. But he's back on the lead lap. And Sean Medling also back on the lead lap. 17th place.
I believe they're going to have to take that 31 car to the inspection after the race.
Yeah. But Colin Fern now trying to reel in Anthony Thitchner, and Thitchner is saying, you know, if he gets to me, he's probably thinking, man, I'm going to be toast here. Anthony's in a must-win situation today, too, to lock himself into next week. He's got to finish really, really well here today. Colin Fern pretty much, well, as long as he can finish in the top 3 or something, that would lock him into next week. Am I correct?
Yes, sir. All he has to do is have a decent finish. I don't think he has to win the race.
Right. But Anthony is in a must-win. He's got to win here to stay in it. Justin Bland, another one. He's running real well, but he's got to win. Must win to stay in it. Luis Salmaso out of the chase for now, but still out here putting on a good show. Really doing a great job. Schweikert there got loose and lost a few positions, but now he's back into 6th. And he's working over the back bumper there of Luis Salmaso. Oh, and he gets loose again! Oh, and he does get into the inside wall, and that brings a caution out. Whoa, let's ride along here and see what happened. I know maybe just a bad set of tires he got or something there, but boy, he really gets loose right here, drops it down to the dog leg, and it really upset that car. That's why I don't really like that dog leg. But it does make for interesting racing. Now this is where he slides, and he will get into the inside wall. I know that's probably not a very good angle, but let me see if I can find a better angle here. Nope. There we go. We'll see him lose it here. And when he comes down, he does hit the wall pretty hard right there. He's going to have a little nose damage on it. I don't think that's going to affect the speed out here at Phoenix, though. And Brian Wilderson bringing them all to pit road. And I think we missed it there. Colin Fern did get around Anthony Thitchner. Wow. Missed that pass. Well, it's going to be a definite drag race off of pit road, folks. Let's see who's going to win this battle. Brian Wilderson's down first, and he's off pit road. Colin Fern second. And Justin Bland beating Anthony Thitchner off pit road. What a great pit stop for him. 14.5 seconds. Great pit stop. Anthony actually had a slow pit stop. I think he needs to have a little chat with his pit crew there. 15.1 seconds. That's where he lost that position. That extra half a second on pit road cost him. Well, let's. I'm going to get a word in with Anthony. Anthony Thitchner, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, you might want to talk to your pit crew there a little bit, Anthony, because they cost you some serious time on pit road and cost you a spot out there on the track. But can you get it back?
Oh yeah, I mean it's still a lot of racing to go. The way it's working here, there'll be a lot of caution. So I've had a lot of 12-second pit stops. I had to repair a little bit of damage right there, so I decided to get it done now rather than later.
Oh, okay. Well, we wondered what happened there because Justin Bland beat you off pit road, and you know he's in a must-win situation as well as you. And And every position's going to matter, and the win is what's going to make it. Bring you guys to next week. Are you looking forward to next week?
Oh yeah, man. I'm looking forward to next week, and then the 2 months after that.
Okay. Well, stay focused out there, brother. Hit your lines, and I think you got a winning car. It's just getting by them 2 guys up ahead of you that are very fast, or 3 guys, excuse me, that are very fast. So hopefully we'll be talking to you on the podium.
Yeah, I'm not sure I got anything for the 13 or 31 here, but we'll try to get the best thing we can here, man. I appreciate it. Enjoy the show.
All right, Anthony, good luck. Okay, so Brian Wilderson and Colin Fern on the front row again. We just keep seeing this all race long, John.
Oh, this is so intense right now.
Well, we're going to have about 44 to go, I believe, when they get the green here. 44 laps to go. Now they've all got new tires, enough fuel to make it to the end, so that's out of the equation. It's just managing your tires, keeping the car clean, and getting it to the end. A lot of the guys were saying it's going to be a race of survival today. These guys up front have done a great job of it. Pace car in, and Brian Wilderson on the gas. Great jump. Anthony Thitchner to the outside of Colin Fern. He's got his work cut out for him. Colin is really fast. Colin got a little bit loose right there, though. That cost him that position and maybe third. He goes into the turn here. Looks like he is going to try to get under Justin Bland. And he does make it stick. Goes back into third. Now he's got his work cut out for him because he's got to reel in Anthony Thitchner and Brian Wilderson. We knew earlier he could hang right there with Brian Wilderson.
Ooh, Brian Wilderson loose up there in the front.
Yeah, that cost him some serious time. Anthony Thitchner had to check up. And Anthony loose. Whoa, he goes way back in the field, back to 7th place. And that put Colin Fern in 2nd. And we have a caution. Oh, Sean Medling and a couple others that get into it back here. Well, let's go see what happened. I'm thinking it may have been John Schweikert involved in this. Let's go see. Medling clear up on the high side right there. Okay, it looks. John Schweikert gets loose coming off the turn again. Trying to steer out of it, comes back up onto the track right in front of the 82. Oh no, Andrew Ackerman and Sean Medling going to get involved in it. Man, unfortunate for these guys. That's going to take their chances of winning out of it. Not that they're in the chase, but it's going to take a chance of a victory out of the race here for them tonight. Looks like John Schweikert has taken his car behind the wall.
That's a tough break, man. He was doing a good job. He was hanging on to that car most of the race.
Well, we got a few takers on pit road. Looks like Chris Surcoy's coming down pit road. Michael Kinner. These guys all coming down wanting them fresh tires. Does mean a lot. The fresh rubber on that car is going to mean a lot for these guys. All right, Michael Kinner, right side's going on, and left side's going on. Chris Surcoy's 4-tire change, and he's away. He'll come back out here about 13th place, looks like. Dalen Barr coming around, catching up to the field. Looks like maybe he's going to be 13th. Chris Surcoy's will be 14th. Sean Medling just now coming off pit road with quite a bit of damage. He'll be 15th. He was involved in that wreck there with John Schweikert. So back up front, Brian Wilderson, Colin Fern on the front row again, John. What do you think of them two up there, man? They've been putting on a heck of a battle, haven't they?
Yes, sir. That is just good. That is great battle going on up there, man.
God, I hate to do this. Man, I want to talk to Brian Wilderson. Oh, man, I don't want to ruin his strategy. But Brian Wilderson, you got a copy?
Hey, Rudy.
76 laps, brother. You've been out front. You got a pretty fast guy there right with you, Colin Fern. Can you hold him off to the end of this race?
It's going to be tough. Colin's pretty fast. He showed a lot of speed this race. But, anything can happen. These top 6 or 7 guys have been running up front this whole race, man. Been putting on one hell of a show. And a lot of give and take between everybody, and just been great racing up front.
Oh, I agree. Well, let's see if you can get it done here, Brian. How's your setup running out there today? Obviously pretty well.
Yeah, I started feeling pretty tight at the beginning of this race. A couple of them runs I was getting pretty tight, and I've been working on it every stop, making adjustments, and it's getting better. So I might have something for Colin here. We're going to put on a good show anyway.
All right, Brian, good luck out there, brother.
Hey, thanks, man.
All right, let's see if he can do it. Brian Wilderson in command of this start on the outside. He likes that outside row, so let's see if Colin Fern's got anything for him as they're about to go green here, folks. One more time, I should say, not one last time. We're hoping it's the last, but may not be. I think that was caution number 9, John, I believe. Pace car's in. And green. Luis Salmaso trying to slip by on the outside. Boy, Colin Fern did not get a good start that time at all. But look at him powering it out of turn 2. Look at this. Oh, and he gets loose. Oh, no, he's going to get damage on that. But no caution, folks. Oh, no, Colin Fern. Sideways. Oh, man, that's going to be rough to come back from. That's going to put him back in 15th. Brian Wilderson hanging on to the lead for the time being. Luis Almaso second. Mark Figueroa third. Stephen Massey fourth, and Anthony Thitchner back here 5th place, looking to try to get a win here. A must-win situation for Anthony. He's got to win today to be locked into next week's race or season finale at Homestead. Stephen Massey to the inside of Mark Figueroa. Can't make it stick, almost gets into the back corner and backs out of it. Anthony Thitchner drives by on the outside. And Stephen Massey drives right back around Anthony Thitchner. Them two in a tight battle back there. That's some great racing right there, I'm telling you. Let's see where Colin Fern is. He's way back here, 12th place. He does have a little damage on that left front corner. I'm just kind of wondering how much that's affecting the handling on that car, because he was hammered down for that to try to get by Brian Wilderson up there. Justin Bland in 13th, now battling with Dalen Barr, and I see smoke. Somebody was smoking there pretty heavy. I think. Is that Chuck Harrell? No. Who the heck was that? Somebody was smoking really bad. I think it was.
I saw one car pull off the track.
Yeah, I think it was Chuck Harrell. He's on pit road now. But Brian Wilderson out front by 2 seconds over Luis Salmaso. Now Luis trying to grab a second here today. Mark Figueroa and Anthony Thitchner in a tight battle. Stephen Massey and AJ Scarborough in a tight battle. This is a good one here to watch. AJ's he's been just kind of hanging right there around the top 5, 6 pretty much all day long. Stephen Massey come from back in the field here a little ways. Let's run down through the field here one time and see where everybody started from. Brian Wilderson started second, led 85 laps, running in first. Luis Salmaso started sixth, led 11 laps, running second. Mark Figueroa started fourth, running in third. Anthony Thitchner started eighth, led 4 laps, running in fourth. Stephen Massey started 22nd today and running in fifth. AJ Scarborough started 9th, running in 6th. Matthew George started 11th, running in 7th. Michael Kinner started 14th today, running in 8th. Ken Worley started 21st, running in 9th. Colin Fern was our pole sitter, and he's into the 10th place, so he's clicking them off here. Nathan Casillas started 16th, running in 11th. Chris Serkois in a must-win situation here tonight, started 18th, running in 12th. Justin Bland, another one in a ready to win. He's got to win a must-win situation, started 5th, led a lap, running in 14th. Looks like he may be heading for pit road. He's going to give up that position. Dalen Barr will go into 13th, which started 29th position today. He is running in 13th. Sean Medling started 25th, running in 14th, been in a couple of wrecks. Justin Bland will go back to 15th as he comes down pit road, and it looks like the only other one out there is Will Prude's back out on the track. Started 12th, running in 19th, trying to pick up maybe a couple of more positions from guys that have been wrecked out. And he's got maybe enough to pick up one position, I think. All right, back up front. 2.6 seconds separating first and second. And Mark Figueroa, boy, he is still in a very tight battle here with Anthony Thitchner. Thitchner looking for every opportunity to get by him, drops it to the dog leg. And here comes Stephen Massey, too. See, did Thitchner get by him? Yes, he does. Thitchner goes into third.
And the 25 car just blew up.
Oh, no. Dalen Barr just blew his motor. Oh, no. Well, sometimes you get damage on these things, and that's what happens. Too much damage, and it'll overheat that motor. Well, since
I really feel bad.
Thitchner got by Mark Figueroa, he's pulled away about a half a second from Mark now. Mark's starting to fall into the clutches here of Stephen Massey. Going by Justin Bland. Justin is actually a couple of laps down now, 14th place. AJ Scarborough going by. And that really let Matthew George catch up a lot. These guys having to battle getting around Justin Bland. That's just tightened these guys up even more. So Matthew George, 7th place, gets by Justin Bland. Thitchner setting sail since he got by Mark Figueroa, John. Boy, I'll tell you, he's pulled away by 3/4 of a second. He is definitely on a mission, but he's got a lot of ground to make up. 4.3 seconds behind the leader. That's a lot. Out on a tough track like this, that's an eternity. Wilderson Clean Air is proving that he's got it here, and we will get the 20 to go right there, folks. Tires and fuel out of the equation. Luis Almaso running in second. Now Thitchner reeling him in, less than a half a second behind him. Has Lewis used up all of his tires, or what's going on there? Thitchner's closing that gap down, now down to 0.4 of a second. And these guys don't want to battle too long. The more they battle, the more Wilson's going to get away. Figueroa in a battle back here, trying to fend off Stephen Massey. Both of them have a lot of damage on their cars, but boy, they're hanging right here in the top 5. That's great. Boy, Mark Figueroa likes that upper lane, doesn't he?
Yes, sir. It looks like it's working really well for him.
And he gets some great runs off of turn 2, and that's where you really got to have it, right there. Stephen Massey closes right up on his bumper. We'll watch and see if Figueroa goes up the hill again. He gets up there, but not quite as much as he did the last lap. So Masso and Thitchner still in a battle for second and third. And they're running 3.7 seconds behind our leader, Brian Wilson. So Wilson just on a rail out there right now, has led 100 laps. So nobody can top that. But the thing of it is Brian Wilson's not in the chase. And we have a caution, folks. Let's see if we can find... Oh, Stephen Massey into the wall. And it looks like the engine let go. Unfortunate for him.
He's had a rough few weeks.
Coming into turn 3 here. And coming out of turn 4, looks like he may have caught that yellow line that kicks that car to the outside. He hits the wall, and the engine lets go on him. So Stephen Massey going to be done for the night. Takes too long to sit on pit road and get that damage fixed. And I hate to say it, but boy, pit road's looking like a junkyard down there, John.
Yes, sir. I mean, it looks like a graveyard down there.
Well, Brian Wilson looking like he's going to bring them all to pit road. Going to give up that track position. Yes, he does. I don't know. I think everybody, once that leader comes to pit road, you got to follow him. If you don't, he's just going to eat you up.
The graveyard in the desert.
Yes, sir. Graveyard in the desert, yep. Okay, he comes to pit road. Let's see here who beats who off of pit road. Luis Almaso second. Is anybody going to try 2 tires, you think, John?
Maybe Anthony? I'm not sure here. I doubt anybody does it, though. Did Luis take 2 tires?
Yep. Yes, he did. 2 tires for Luis Almaso. Brian Wilson come out second. Anthony Thitchner third. I'm waiting for it to get settled out here before I start going down the list, but well, it's going to be about 11 or 12 lap shootout. I think 12. Maybe 11. 11 lap shootout. Let's take a look at the race summary here, folks. This is caution number 11. More than likely the last caution of the race, I'm sure. 7 lead changes. 11 cautions for 43 laps. And we just got a handful of laps to go. 13.
And look at all the HMUF cars in the top 5.
All right, let's run down through them real quick here. Okay, Luis Almaso, our leader, doing a 2-tire change. Brian Wilson with a 4-tire change, starting second. Anthony Thitchner third. AJ Scarborough in fourth. Nathan Casillas in fifth. Colin Fern back in sixth. Mark Figueroa seventh. Matthew George 8th. Michael Kinner 9th. Ken Worley 10th. Chris Serkois in 11th. Sean Medling 12th, the last one on the lead lap. Justin Bland in 13th, lap down. And I'm not sure, is he going to get the way by? Yes, he does get the way by. That'll put him 1 lap down, excuse me. And Will Prow out there 19th place, trying to pick up another position, but I don't believe there's going to be enough laps here left for him to pick up that position, but he'll finish in 19th. Everybody else on pit road or out of the race: John Schweikert out, Andrew Ackerman, out, Chuck Harrell on pit road, Dalen Barr and Stephen Massey all on pit road, trying to get damage fixed. All right, we're about to get them going here. Going to be 11 lap shootout, folks.
All comes down to this for some of these guys.
All right, here we go. Luis Salmaso, our leader, and he hits the throttle, and he is gone. 2-tire change for Luis. Let's see how that works out for him. Everybody behind him took 4. Wilderson trying to drive by on the outside. Can he do it? Thitchner to the bottom in a must-win situation for Thitchner. He gets a great run off of turn 4. Had to check up or get to the back of Luis Salmaso, and Brian Wilderson retakes the lead here with 10 to go. And this is what these guys did not want. They did not want him to get back out in the lead, because once he gets in that clean air, he is gone. Colin Fern picking off a spot there from Nathan Casellas. Trying to work his way back to the front.
Car around on the front stretch.
Uh-oh. Oh, Ken Worley going around. Right in front of traffic, too. All right, back up here live as he tries to get that thing turned around and straightened around to get it going again. He does. So just when we thought we seen the last caution, folks, one more comes out. Let's take a look here. Caution number 12. And 8 lead changes. Pretty wild for Phoenix.
Woof. I think we will actually get one more restart out of this, I do believe.
Yeah, and I believe, yeah, then if a caution comes out then, that it'll be over. I think we're going to have about 5 to go when they get the green.
Just got confirmation they will be able to go back green after that. With 4 to go.
All right, so, okay, Justin Bland does get the wave around, so that'll put him back on the lead lap at the tail end. But it's still not going to be enough unless he can pull out a win here today to stay alive for next week at the season finale here. But thanks for everybody tuning in tonight. We appreciate it. These guys appreciate it. They love having their fans and love having people tune in here to watch it live. And one more week to go, next week at Homestead. And then they'll be off till February. Couple of months, and Anthony kind of felt a little bit relieved about that. He said, man, it's going to be nice to have a couple of months breather.
Hey, he raced the full season. I can't blame him there.
Well, we're about to find out here if who's going to be the winner. Now, Luis Salmaso is going to be starting on the outside or inside, probably the inside of Brian Wilderson. Anthony Thitchner hungry for a victory here, a must-win situation for him. AJ Scarborough, pretty much a must-win situation for him to stay in it too. If Anthony finishes ahead of him, that could change a little bit. Colin Fern, pretty much in it. He's as long as he can stay in that top 5, I believe he'll still be in it for next week. Nathan Casillas not in it. Mark Figueroa still in it. He's got a chance of winning here tonight. Matthew George, Michael Kinner 9th, and Chris Surcois up into the top 10. So, it's been a valiant effort by Chris Surcois this season. I'll tell you, he's been Mr. Consistency the whole race.
That's what it takes is consistency. But
Yes, sir.
the only thing about the chase is winning is so important.
Right, exactly. And he really hasn't had that chance to get up there in victory lane, so. Okay, so we're going to have 4 to go when we get to the line here. And that'll be it. If the caution comes out again, the race will be over. The field will be frozen. And we'll move on to next week. We're going to talk to the top 3 here right after the race. So stick around for the interviews and see how these guys feel about it. Pace car in. Brian Whittleson hits the throttle. And AJ Scarborough right along with him. Wants that second spot. Drives it hard out of turn 2, and it looks like he's going to make it stick and takes over second. Anthony Thitchner to the bottom along with Colin Fern. They want to get by Nathan Casillas.
AJ drives into the corner hard. It doesn't stick.
No, and he's going to fall back a little bit off the bumper of Brian Wilderson. And now Luis Salmaso, Anthony Thitchner, 3 laps to go. Colin Fern on the outside of Nathan Casillas can't make it stick, and Luis is out of it. We've got cars bumping and banging back here. Colin Fern saying, you know what, I just want to finish this race. AJ, second place, 2 laps to go here, folks. Everybody chasing Brian Wilderson, and he's out there by a full second over AJ right now. Anthony in third. Nathan Casillas holding on to 4th place. What?
Everybody trying to get everything they can.
Oh, yeah. Colin Fern gets around Luis Salmaso and is going to finish probably in the top 6 here. White flag is out. Brian Wilderson takes the white flag. Anthony Thitchner, it to the inside of AJ. He'll take over second. This could be a good move for him. Might move him into some points, but Brian Wilderson going to come home with the win here tonight at Phoenix, Arizona in the desert. Congrats to Brian Wilderson. And AJ gets by Anthony coming out of the turn. No. Nope. Anthony did take second. Okay.
Big wreck across start-finish line.
Oh, my. I can't believe that, man. That was a great finish right there. We'll get down here just a second and talk to these guys. First, we'll get Brian Wilderson down here. Brian Wilderson, congrats on your win, brother.
Hey, Rudy, thank you, buddy.
Well, leading 113 laps, you knew what you had to do there on that last restart. Was you worried about a couple of guys, or you really think that you had a good restart?
Restarts here were such a big deal. Was if you were out front, you could get a good 1 second jump, and then it took, even if the guys behind you were slower, faster, it would take them a good 10, 15 laps to get back up to you. So the leader had a big advantage on the restarts here.
Very good, very good. Well, tell us about some of the racing the close racing there. Colin Fern on your bumper a lot of times, starting on the inside of you. You started on the outside. You always seem to have such a great run on that outside. Did it seem to stick better?
The outside worked for about the first 2 to 3 laps on a run, maybe 4 laps. After that, the inside was the preferred line. So on the restarts, you could run that outside and make some passes. I passed Luis there with about 10 laps to go on the outside. So the outside could work for you if you got out there and just got on it on restarts.
Well, that's really good. I mean, we've seen you out there that long, hanging on to it that well. That was really great. Great racing, and congrats on your win today. Anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, I got to thank my teammates over at WCR, John and Ken, Matt Spangler, and them guys put in a ton of work all week long. And come race day, we hardly ever run the same setup, but it just helps having them other sets to run to help you decide what works for you and help to redefine a setup for your driving style.
Very good, very good. Well, are you looking forward to the season finale next week at Homestead?
No, absolutely. It's going to be a great race.
You think you got a winning set for there?
I haven't even been on the track at Homestead yet.
Okay. All right. Well, Brian, go celebrate, brother. Well-deserved win here tonight, leading 113 laps. Congratulations to you.
Hey, thanks, Rudy.
All right, Anthony Thitchner, you got a copy?
Oh, I do, man. I do.
Well, you did wind up pulling out a second place tonight. You led 4 laps tonight. Was it enough to keep you alive in the chase, do you think?
Looking at the results, man, I haven't even thought about it yet. I had to beat Mark by 3. I think I did that. We had a lot of stuff go on here in the last lap, so I'm not even sure where everybody ended up finishing here, but we'll take a look at it, man. I do believe I'm making it in, me and AJ. It's good shit, man. I'm so proud of these guys. It's good racing. I had a lot of respect between the 31, 13, the 5, 4, 14, 74 was good racing, man. Mark, good racing. 65, Justin comes back. It was just all around great racing, man. And it's a shame what happened there on that last lap. Them guys are racing pretty hard. But, we're going to Homestead, I believe, man. That's all I could ask for.
Well, that's what matters now. You and AJ there battling them last few laps. Tell me about that. Anthony?
What's up, bud?
Tell me about that battle there, you and AJ at the very end.
Oh, yeah. We were just looking at trying to finish the race and not make sure that nobody could keep up with us. He was telling me in whisper I had a better car all day, so he was like, just go up under me. And I was like, all right, bud. We were looking at the cars behind us. We didn't want to try to race for position or anything. We were both in, I think, at that point is the way we were looking at it. So we just trying to get away from the field.
Well, good racing out there. Congrats on second place. And I guess we'll find out if you're going to be in the chase next week, and you'll move on to Homestead and could possibly win this championship.
Hell yeah, man.
Anybody you want to thank, Anthony?
I want to thank everybody. Everybody, man. You too. Everybody watching out there. It's the reason we do it, to entertain guys and have fun out here racing. And that was a really fun race, man. I was shaking in my boots the whole time, man. Got to go change the fire suit. It was a rough race, man.
I'll bet. I know John said he was up here just wringing wet with sweat just watching. So but he was really pumped up. It was a very exciting race. I got to give you that, Anthony. Well, anyhow, go celebrate, brother. At well-deserved second place, and we'll see you next week at Homestead.
All right, buddy. Thank you.
AJ, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, come in third tonight, brother. It was a heck of a battle there between you and Anthony on that very last thing. What the heck happened to you? I can't find you. I guess the server shut down or something. Anyhow, tell me about them last couple of laps, too.
It was a tough day all around. Good, hard, clean racing there. I just got a really good restart on that outside with the leader there and was able to clear. I seen Anthony come running hard in my mirror, and I knew that I was in. Finished second or third there. I was in. I knew he was going to be fighting hard for that position, not knowing if he was going to be in or not. So, I didn't give him one bit of fight because I just needed to preserve that third place finish and not take the risk of anything happening there. He had a better car than me all day, and he was coming pretty fast.
Well, good call on that. Well, you put yourself possibly in the chase for next week. So, are you looking forward to Homestead?
Yeah, I can confirm I'm in. Mile and a halfs are my bread and butter. It's where I'm best at. So I'm looking forward to getting there.
Very good. Very good.
Hell.
Very good. All right. Well, that's what we like to hear. Well, great race out there today, AJ. Anybody you want to thank?
I just want to thank the 87, the 14, the whole league, man. Everybody races hard, and for the most part, we have good, clean, hard racing. I mean, not everybody's going to agree with everything that goes on the track, but I mean, the whole league and everything that everybody does, man, it's just pretty tight unit, even though we have our ups and downs.
Right. Okay. Well, thanks for talking with us, AJ, and congrats on third place. See you next week.
Yeah, have a good one.
Well, these guys, John, these guys want to see the accident at the very end, so give me a second here, guys, and let me see if I can find this.
That was definitely a crazy accident at the end.
Yeah, I'm gonna slow this down so I can see if I can find it. I think it was, where was it, back? Might have been right here, maybe.
Front stretch, last lap.
Yeah, I know, but who was it that was involved in it?
Colin Fern was involved. Mark Figueroa was involved, I do believe, and Nathan Casillas.
Okay, well, I'm on it right here, folks, and we'll see if we can figure out exactly what happened. Colin Fern, I got it in slow-mo here so we can see if we can figure out what exactly happened. The number 50 there, Matthew George ahead of Nathan Casillas. And Colin Fern right on their tail. Now this is coming to the finish line. They're on the front stretch. Colin Fern looks like he dives it to the bottom. On the inside of Nathan Casillas, and Casillas comes down into Colin Fern. Oh, and Colin's going to beat him to the line here only because they wrecked. No, they stuck. Oh, you're kidding me. They stuck and people went by. Holy cow, I'm telling you. We got to go back and watch that one more time from a different camera angle here because that was insane, that finish. Watch this, folks. I'm going to do it super slow-mo here because you're going to see all the cars slip by here as they get stuck in the wall. Michael Kinner, I think, got by. Right here, they're going to get stuck in the wall. Oh, you got to be kidding me. Bang, and they're stuck. And look at all that. Now, Michael Kinner going to drive around, try to drive around him. He gets a piece of him, though. Oh, a couple people aren't going to be so lucky. Oh, that's crazy. That's a crazy finish right there. Oh, my word. Look at the airborne guys. Mark Figueroa going absolutely airborne, and so does Nicholas Casillas, or Nathan Casillas. Holy smokes. And over the pit wall goes Mark Figueroa. Can you believe it? Wow is right. Look at that. Over the pit wall, clear into the inside. Oh my word. That was crazy. All right, folks. Well, while you're watching that, we're going to go here, run down through the results real quick. Ryan Wilson coming home the winner. Anthony Thitchner second. AJ Scarborough third. Matthew George finishing fourth. Michael Kinner fifth. Chris Surcois with a sixth place finish after all of that. Luis Salmaso seventh. Mark Figueroa eighth. Justin Bland ninth. Sean Medling 10th. Ken Worley 11th. Nathan Casillas in 12th. Colin Fern finishing 13th. Stephen Massey 14th. Dalen Barr 15th. Andrew Ackerman 16th. Chuck Harrell 17th. John Schweikert 17th. Will Prue in 19th. Douglas Hess 20th. Nicole Johnson finishing 21st. Matt Moritz 22nd. Wayne Willard 23rd. David Grossclose in 24th. Yeah, last one. Okay, he only ran a couple laps, like 13 laps. Wow. Him and Wayne Willard, so that must have been the first wreck or something there. But anyhow, Getting back here to our winner, Brian Wolderson. Congratulations to him for the win here tonight, and we will see you next week for the season finale at Homestead, folks. Thanks for tuning in tonight. We appreciate it, and stay safe and have a good night.